Picture this: turquoise waters, swaying palm trees, and chutney music. That's right, chutney music. It's a thing, and it's bumping in Trinidad and Tobago. These islands, tiny dots on the map, pack a cultural punch that defies their size. Ever heard of steelpan drums? Born right here. Carnival? Forget Rio, this is the real deal. But beyond the postcard beauty and infectious rhythms, there's a hidden layer to Trinidad and Tobago. A tapestry woven from indigenous roots, colonial whispers, and a kaleidoscope of cultures that landed on these shores. This unique blend has created something truly special, something that goes beyond the tourist brochures and Instagram filters. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the heart and soul of these islands. We're about to uncover what makes Trinidad and Tobago tick, what makes it sing, what makes it, well, Trinidad and Tobago. We're talking about a place where you can find a Hindu temple next to a mosque, next to a Catholic church, and everyone's cool with it, where the food is a delicious explosion of flavors, from Indian curries to African stews to Chinese stir-fries, all with a Trinbagonian twist. This isn't just a travelogue, folks. This is an exploration of a cultural phenomenon. How did these islands become a melting pot of such epic proportions? And what's it like to live in a place where diversity isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life? Get ready to have your assumptions challenged, your funny bone tickled, and your mind blown wide open. We're going on a journey to discover the hidden gems, the untold stories, and the undeniable magic that is Trinidad and Tobago. Because trust me, there's a whole lot more to these islands than meets the eye. Long before Columbus tripped over these islands, long before the steel pan drum was even a twinkle in someone's eye, Trinidad and Tobago had a story. These islands belonged to the first peoples, the indigenous tribes who called this place home for centuries. We're talking about the Caribs, known for their seafaring skills, and yes, maybe a touch of cannibalism, but let's not dwell on that. These weren't just hunter-gatherers, folks. They were artists, storytellers, masters of their environment. They navigated by the stars, lived in harmony with nature, and left behind a legacy that's still felt today. Think about that the next time you're sipping on a cold Carib beer on the beach. But the arrival of the Europeans, as we know, kind of messed things up. Columbus rocked up in 1498, claimed the islands for Spain, classic Columbus, and well, let's just say it wasn't pretty for the indigenous population. Disease, displacement, forced labor, the usual colonial cocktail of disaster. Yet the spirit of the first peoples never truly vanished. Their DNA is woven into the fabric of Trinbagonian identity. Their whispers echo in the rustling leaves and crashing waves. And in some corners of these islands, their traditions and stories are still kept alive, passed down through generations like precious treasures. So, Spain plants its flag, but they're not exactly rushing to set up shop. Trinidad, you see, was considered a bit of a backwater. Not much gold, not much glory, just a whole lot of jungle and a few stubborn Caribs. But word got around, and soon enough, other European powers came sniffing around, eager to grab a piece of the pie. The Dutch, the French, the British, they all took turns tussling for control, each leaving their own mark on the islands. Plantations popped up, fueled by the sweat and blood of enslaved Africans. Sugarcane, cocoa, coffee, these cash crops became the lifeblood of the colonial economy, but at a horrific human cost. The thing about colonialism is it's messy. It forces cultures to collide, to blend, to create something new, often out of pain and resilience, and that's exactly what happened in Trinidad and Tobago. The forced migration of Africans alongside indentured labourers from India, China and Portugal created a cultural melting pot unlike any other. Imagine this. You've got people from all corners of the globe, speaking different languages, practicing different religions, eating different foods, all thrown together on these tiny islands. What do you get? Chaos? Confusion? Well, yes, a bit of that too, but mostly you get the birth of something extraordinary, a unique blend of cultures that would come to define Trinidad and Tobago. Each wave of immigration added a new thread to the Trinbagonian tapestry. The Africans brought their rhythms, their spirituality, their resilience forged in the fires of slavery. The Indians brought their spices, their religions, their vibrant traditions that refused to be forgotten. The Chinese brought their entrepreneurial spirit, their cuisine, their ability to adapt and thrive. And let's not forget the smaller but no less significant groups, the Portuguese, the Lebanese, the Syrians, each contributing their own unique flavours to the mix. It was a cultural smorgasbord, a melting pot bubbling over with creativity, innovation, and a whole lot of spice. But here's the thing, this wasn't just about different cultures coexisting peacefully. It was about those cultures clashing, merging, borrowing from each other, creating something entirely new and distinctly Trinbagonian. It was about taking the pain of the past and forging from it a vibrant, resilient, and undeniably unique identity. All right, folks, buckle up because it's time to talk about Carnival. And no, I'm not talking about some watered-down parade with floats and confetti. I'm talking about a full-blown cultural explosion, a two-day bacchanal that takes over the entire country. Imagine this, thousands of people dressed in the most elaborate, colourful costumes you've ever seen, dancing through the streets to the infectious beat of soca music. There's food, there's drink, there's a whole lot of whining. And don't worry, we'll explain that later. And an energy that's impossible to describe, you just got to feel it. But Carnival is more than just a party, folks. It's a celebration of freedom, a reclaiming of identity, a giant middle finger to the powers that be. You see, Carnival has its roots in resistance. It started centuries ago as a way for enslaved Africans to mock their European masters, to subvert the established order through music, dance, and satire. And that rebellious spirit is still alive and kicking today. Carnival is a time when the social barriers are broken down, when everyone, regardless of race, class or creed, comes together to celebrate life, to revel in their shared heritage and to just let loose. Now let's talk music, because no carnival is complete without the pulsating rhythms that make your soul want to move. We're talking about soca music, baby, that infectious blend of African rhythms, East Indian influences and a whole lot of Caribbean spice. It's music that makes you want to dance, to sing, to jump for joy. But soca is just the tip of the iceberg. Carnival music has a long and fascinating history. It started with the simple rhythms of the tambour bamboo bands using pieces of bamboo to create percussion instruments. Then came the steelpan drum, invented in Trinidad and Tobago, a testament to the islanders' creativity and resilience. Over the years, carnival music evolved, incorporating influences from calypso, jazz, funk, and even electronic music. From the legendary calypsonians like the Mighty Sparrow and David Rudder to contemporary soca stars like Michelle Montano and Destra Garcia, Trinbagonian music has left its mark on the world. But the beauty of carnival music is that it's constantly evolving, constantly reinventing itself. Every year, new rhythms, new melodies, new lyrics emerge, reflecting the changing times and the vibrant cultural tapestry of Trinidad and Tobago. It's a testament to the islanders' creativity, their ability to take the old and make it new, to blend tradition and innovation in a way that's both familiar and exciting. Now, let's talk about the visual spectacle that is Carnival. Because, folks, the costumes are not just outfits, they're works of art, intricate creations that tell stories, embody characters, and push the boundaries of creativity. From the brightly coloured feathers and sequins of the traditional mass bands to the avant-garde designs of contemporary carnival artists, there's a visual feast for everyone. We're talking about costumes that can take months to create, involving hundreds of beads, feathers, and fabric. Costumes that transform ordinary people into mythical creatures, historical figures, and everything in between. There are the midnight robbers with their menacing masks and whips, the Jab-Mollicy covered in sticky molasses, and the Dame Lorraines with their exaggerated hips and bustles. And then there are the carnival kings and queens, the most elaborate and spectacular costumes of all. These towering masterpieces can weigh hundreds of pounds and require teams of people to assemble and maneuver. They're a testament to the artistry, craftsmanship, and sheer imagination of the Trinbagonian people. But the costumes are more than just pretty decorations. They're a way for people to express themselves, to embody different personas, to let their imaginations run wild. Carnival is a time for transformation, for shedding inhibitions and embracing the freedom of self-expression. As the dust settles on another carnival, The streets of Trinidad and Tobago might be a little quieter, the air a little less electric, but the spirit of Carnival lingers on. It's a spirit of resilience, of creativity, of community. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, life is meant to be celebrated. Carnival is more than just an event, it's a way of life in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a spirit that infuses everything from music and dance to food and fashion. It's a celebration of life, of diversity, of the human spirit's ability to find joy and beauty even in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you hear the infectious beat of soca music or see the dazzling images of Carnival, remember that you're witnessing more than just a party. You're witnessing a cultural phenomenon that's centuries in the making, a testament to the power of human creativity, resilience, and the enduring spirit of celebration. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to go global. You see, Trinidad and Tobago's musical influence isn't confined to these tiny islands. Oh no, it's like a sonic tsunami, rippling outwards, captivating ears and moving feet from the streets of Port of Spain to the clubs of London, Tokyo and beyond. Remember that little thing called the steelpan drum? Yeah, that's kinda a big deal. Born on these very islands, this ingenious instrument, forged from oil drums, embodies the spirit of Trinbagonian innovation. Today, steelpan music is a global phenomenon, with orchestras and ensembles popping up from the Caribbean to Europe to Asia. And then there's soca music, baby, that infectious blend of rhythms and melodies that just makes you want to move. It's not just carnival music anymore, folks. Soca has infiltrated the global music scene, finding its way into pop songs, electronic dance tracks, and even movie soundtracks. But it's not just about the instruments or the genres. It's the spirit, the energy, the sheer joy that Trinbagonian artists bring to their music. It's infectious, it's irresistible, and it's taken the world by storm. Now let's talk about the artists, the musical geniuses who've taken Trinbagonian sounds to the world. We're talking about legends like the mighty Sparrow, the undisputed calypso king of the world. With his witty lyrics, sharp social commentary, and undeniable stage presence, he's been a cultural ambassador for Trinidad and Tobago for over 6 decades. And who could forget the Queen of Soca, Destra Garcia? With her powerhouse vocals, electrifying performances, and undeniable charisma, she's taken the genre to new heights, captivating audiences worldwide. But it's not just about the big names, folks. Trinidad and Tobago is a breeding ground for musical talent. From the streets to the studios, there's a constant flow of creativity, a vibrant ecosystem of singers, songwriters, producers, and instrumentalists, all pushing the boundaries of music and making their mark on the world. We're talking about the rappers, the reggae artists, the jazz musicians, the classical composers, all drawing inspiration from their Trinbagonian heritage and adding their unique voices to the global soundscape. So, how did this tiny island nation become such a musical powerhouse? How did their sounds travel across oceans and continents to captivate the world? Well, folks, it's a story of cultural exchange, of resilience, of the power of music to transcend borders and connect people. You see, Trinbagonian music is a melting pot of influences, a reflection of the island's diverse cultural heritage. It's a fusion of African rhythms, Indian melodies, European harmonies, all blended together to create something new, something unique, something undeniably Trinbagonian. But it's more than just a mix of sounds. Trinbagonian music is infused with a spirit of resilience, a celebration of life that resonates with people from all walks of life. It's music that's born out of struggle, out of the need to find joy and express oneself even in the face of adversity. And that's what makes Trinbagonian music so powerful, so universal. It's music that speaks to the human spirit, to our shared desire for connection, for celebration, for release. It's a reminder that no matter where we come from, no matter what language we speak, we can all move to the same beat. Wake up in Trinidad and Tobago, and the first thing that hits you is the smell of spices. Not just any spices, mind you, but a symphony of aromas. Curry powder, cumin, turmeric, ginger, a fragrant reminder that you're not in Kansas anymore. Step Step out onto the street, and the cultural kaleidoscope unfolds before your eyes. You might see a group of women in colourful saris gossiping in Hindi, while next to them a vendor hawks doubles. Trust me, you want to try this. In a thick Trinbagonian accent. Down the road, a reggae tune spills out from a shop, while around the corner, a mosque stands proudly beside a Catholic church. This is everyday life in Trinidad and Tobago, where diversity isn't just a buzzword, it's woven into the fabric of society. It's in the way people greet each other with a good morning followed by a salam or a namaste. It's in the fusion of flavours that tantalize your taste buds, from roti and curry to bacon shark. Don't worry, it's not what you think. And amidst this vibrant tapestry of cultures, there's a warmth, a sense of community that's hard to find elsewhere. People here look out for each other, celebrate each other's traditions, and embrace their shared identity as Trinbagonians. Now, some folks might come to Trinidad and Tobago for the beaches, and don't get me wrong, the beaches are pretty darn spectacular, but to truly understand these islands, you got to go beyond the resorts, beyond the tourist traps, and delve into the heart and soul of the nation. Head to a local rum shop where old men share stories over a game of dominoes, and the laughter flows as freely as the Carib beer. Visit a panyard during Carnival season and feel the energy of the steelpan drums reverberate through your very being. Take a hike through the rainforest and marvel at the natural beauty that has captivated visitors for centuries. It's in these moments, away from the crowds and the cliches, that you truly connect with the spirit of Trinidad and Tobago. You see the resilience of a people who have overcome colonialism, slavery, and indentureship to forge a unique and vibrant identity. You feel the rhythm of a nation that dances to its own beat, a beat that's both ancient and modern, traditional and innovative. Trinidad and Tobago, like any nation, isn't frozen in time. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving entity, grappling with the challenges of the 21st century while striving to preserve its unique cultural heritage. Globalization, technology, and social change are leaving their mark on these islands. Young people are embracing new ideas, pushing boundaries, and making their voices heard on the global stage. From music and fashion to technology and entrepreneurship, a new generation of Trinbagonians is shaping the future of their nation. But amidst this rapid change, one thing remains constant: the enduring spirit of Trinidad and Tobago. The warmth, the humour, the resilience, the unwavering belief in the power of community. These are the values that define these islands and will continue to shape their destiny. So, as Trinidad and Tobago looks to the future, it does so with a sense of optimism, a belief in its own potential, and a deep-rooted pride in its unique and vibrant identity. Remember those questions we started with? The ones about chutney music and cultural explosions? Well, we've only just scratched the surface. We've journeyed through history, danced to the rhythm of a nation, and tasted the flavours of 1,000 cultures blended into one. Trinidad and Tobago isn't just about beaches and carnival, folks. It's about the unseen treasures, the ones that stay with you long after you've left the dance floor and packed away your swimsuit. It's the warmth of the people, the infectious laughter that echoes through the streets, the stories whispered through generations. It's the resilience, the ability to find joy and beauty even in the face of adversity. It's the spirit of innovation, the creativity that bursts forth from every corner, from the steelpan drum to the latest Soca hit. You are. You see, the real treasure of Trinidad and Tobago isn't hidden at all. It's in the connections you make, the experiences you share, the way these islands get under your skin and stay with you long after you've left. It's about opening yourself up to something new, something different, something that challenges your assumptions and expands your horizons. It's about embracing the unexpected, the unfamiliar, the downright extraordinary. So, what's hidden in Trinidad and Tobago? You are. Your potential for discovery, for connection, for pure, unadulterated joy. These islands are a mirror reflecting back the best versions of ourselves. Come find yourself in Trinidad and Tobago and you might just be surprised at what you discover. Just don't blame me if you can't stop dancing, your taste buds crave doubles, and you find yourself randomly bursting into Soca on a Tuesday afternoon. It happens to the best of us. Thanks for watching. Please share your experience of Trinidad and Tobago in the comment section.